Hello friends, I am Anupam. Today in this video, I am going to talk about one of the most used version control system, Git. I have divided this video into two parts. In the first, we are going to talk about what Git is, how it works, and the basic few commands which we use in our day-to-day basis. In the second part of the video, I'm going to talk about the internals of the Gits. This is probably my first video at YouTube, so please share your valuable feedback. Yeah, so let's get started. So there is a learning curve for Git, and we are talking about basics of Git. So targeted audiences are beginners, not experts. So Git is a version control system. As I told, it can be installed locally. It can be installed in 4 5 machines in your local intranet. Most of the companies, what they do is in their intranet they install a Git repo in the company's private network, and then you connect with VPN, and then you access the repository. So there are a lot of SaaS products nowadays available over cloud, which also offers Git as their service. So few of the mostly used SaaS services as Git is like GitHub, Bitbucket, or AWS Code Commit. I mostly have used these three. There are a couple of more you can search it in internet. Among this, GitHub, most of the functionalities and features what they provide comes free of cost. So now let's go ahead and check the workflows of GitHub. So Git most of the standard system Git installed in some kind of remote repository or server, and then what developers do is, let's consider developer as user 1, user 2, and user 3. What they do is they use Git clone to clone a specific repository in the local repo inside their machine. So basically it's a full repo copy happens from the remote to local, and then the local repo, when it is present in the local machine, a developer makes some changes, add some code on the local workspace, and then they commit those changes in the local repository itself. So after their commit is done, then what they do is they push those changes and it goes into remote repository. Entire full repository doesn't move to remote repository. Git does its own optimization to push the change set into the remote repository. So this is like a basic flow diagram how Git works. And now we'll talk about some of the basic commands which we use in the day-to-day basis to perform to work with Git. So I have listed down this few commands which this side all the commands are getting used in our local repository, and in the other side whatever command you can see, these are getting mostly getting used to interact with the remote repository. There are few other commands, advanced commands are there, but those commands mostly we don't use in our day-to-day basis. So we'll talk about one by one. First command is git init. So using git init command, you can initiate a Git repository, and and then using git add, you can add one by one your code files, JavaScript, HTML, whatever you are writing into Git, and then git status, it gives you the full status of your local repository. Which files are not added, which files are added but not committed, but which files are committed, all these details you will get there. Then git config, in this config command you can configure your Git repository, remote repository, local repository, credentials, emails, email IDs, user IDs, all these things. And then you can check like git branch. So git branch, actually whenever user in our production scenario, what happens is mostly our tried and tested code will be present in mainline branch, and then each user will be working on their feature branch. So git works on the git, the basic object user interacts with interact with git is commit object. So whatever term you hear like tag, branch, or head, or all these are like pointers, but finally all these pointers are points to a specific commit. So what happens is when user works on a branch, if he can, using git branch command, he can create his own feature branch, and then he can delete a branch, and then using git checkout command he can move from one branch to another branch. And then finally git commit. Using git commit, user can commit its local change into local repository. So now let's move to the commands which we use to interact with remote repository, which are git clone. Git clone command we use to clone the entire remote repository into local repository. Then git pull. So after we do some changes in our local repository, if user 2 or user 3 has committed some changes in the remote repository, we want to pull those changes in the local, then we use git pull command to pull the remote changes into local. And then git push after we did our commit. Once we want to push our code into the remote repository, we use git push. See, this pull and push command can be used with different branches also. From one branch we can push or pull the details from another branch. The git merge and git rebase are some commands which needs a separate discussion. So what I'll do is, in the second section of this video, I'll discuss these two commands in detail.